Okay, I'm gonna explain what I did quickly to fix this chainsaw. It was given to me by my boyfriend, who got it from a friend of his who needed it fixed. He didn't know what to do. The brake was not disengaging. So this right here was not disengaging. Um, so when the brake was on, he couldn't release it. Or if he released it, the chain was still stuck. This is not a super detailed problem. I'll show you what I did to fix it. Also, it had some bad mix in it to where it was hindering the saw from running appropriately. Remember, if you're making a mix yourself with 2-cycle engine oil, you would want your mix to be more oil rich than you do gas rich. If it's more gas rich, it's going to stall out, peter out. It'll run for a little bit, but it will not maximize, it will not accelerate, and you just won't be able to get a very good cut. It'll keep stalling, and so on and so forth. So what I did was take these nuts off right here. You pull this outer plate out. Maybe. Give me a second. There we go. Okay. After you pull the outer plate off, I unscrewed 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. I then went and hosed everything off, cleaned everything off, made sure there is no congestion anywhere in any of the mechanisms or moving parts. Under here, when you take these screws off, you're going to find a spring that runs along here. Right here, you're going to find a tension screw. Okay? That tension screw can help adjust the spring, which in turn helps this mechanism and this brake handle to move appropriately the way it should be. Now, with that in consideration, if you have these nuts on too tight, this brake is not going to release appropriately or the right way. What will happen is it will stay engaged. So it's kind of a, I don't know, like a really finicky medium. Like if you over tighten, it's not going to release properly. If you tighten too little, it'll slip. So you want to make sure that your brake is going to engage just the right way, and you really don't need to have a bunch of brute manly strength tightening these down. Now, with that being said, you might have to stop a little more frequently to adjust your tension on your chain and on your bar. But for the most part, if you have it tightened just enough, your brake's going to release, it's going to engage and release just the right way. So when you have this outer plate too tight, if this is too tight up against here, it is not going to disengage the way it is supposed to engage or disengage. So you want to make sure that your tension on those nuts right there are at just the right torque. Sometimes it takes a little bit of playing around and getting used to, but that's pretty much all I did to fix this saw. Really wasn't too much. So make sure your mix is right. Make sure your tension's right. Clean your saw out. Make sure there's no debris down in that, down in the spring, the brake spring that sits underneath this plate. And make sure you adjust your tension screw that sits right underneath here. Hopefully this helps a little bit. And if you wouldn't mind, like, subscribe, share, so on and so forth. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching.